Today I want to talk about Shamila Batohi, the head of the NPA. And part of the reason why I'm bringing this up is that I want us to reflect and say and ask this question that is Shamila Batohi, is it possible that Shamila Batohi is probably one of the most disappointing and perhaps the worst appointment that we've ever made in any of the state institution, particularly the NPA? And the reason I'm bringing this up is that when she was appointed in 2019, Shamila Batohi was appointed to much fanfare, excitement that he is a person with more experience. She was a provincial head of the NPA in KZN. She served internationally at the ICJ in The Hague. She served there, I think, for about almost 10 years, as it were. And she's not politically connected to anybody. This is not a political appointment. Her interview was public. People go to see, watch it on TV and all those things. Fast forward, now we are in 2025. When you look at the legacy of Shamila Batohi, what comes into mind? For me, what comes into mind it's lack of prosecuting high-profile cases. No politician under Shamila Batohi has a politician that has been prosecuted. And there's no high-profile case. Everybody who's been accused, been arrested, their case being brought to the court and all that, she hasn't been successful in terms of prosecuting those. So I think I'll view her legacy in that sense as disappointing and perhaps one of the worst appointments that we've ever made. You know, up there with the likes of Under Director at Eskom and other ministers in many other different portfolios. But nonetheless, I want to look at some of the cases that were under her care, were brought under her leadership, and nothing came to fruition when it came to those. The first one that I'm thinking of, think about the case of Transnet, the arrest of Brian Molefe, and not seeing Siyabonga Gama. That since they were arrested, nothing has happened to them. The case has been brought to the court and all that. It has been postponement, and all those things. And eventually, you and I know what's going to happen. These people are going to be, they're going to go scot-free, as it were, you know, or their case is going to be struck off the roll and it's not going to be reinstated again and all that. Siyabonga Gama and Brian Molefe, they are sitting cozy there in Parliament, serving the MKP, you know. And I don't think they're worried about that. Brian Molefe just qualified to be a lawyer recently, you know, and all of those things. Another one that I can think of Matshela Koko. Jeez, Matshela Koko, the former CEO of Eskom, accused of a 2.2 billion tender for Kusile Power Station, that there was some shenanigans there and all those things. Was arrested with his wife and his children and all that. And the case was struck off the roll. They say, hey, the court says, hey, you're wasting our time here, the NPA. You guys don't know what you guys are doing. The Friede Dairy Farm, the one that the Guptas are supposed to be arrested for, nothing came to fruition on that, if you guys remember that. The other one I'm thinking of, recently, it was also the NPA decided to withdraw the charges. Zizi Kodwa, the former spokesperson of the ANC, the former Minister of Arts and Culture and all those things, his case was struck off the roll as well, or was dismissed actually, you know, that, you know, they're not going to go ahead with the prosecution and all that. The EOH, the 1.6 million bribery that he received for him to channel a business towards EOH and all those things. Zizi Kodwa is a free man today. The other spokesperson of the ANC, Pule Mabe, remember his case of 27 million tender and all of the shenanigans, he was arrested with his wife as well. Nothing came of that as well. It has been postponement after postponement. I'm not holding my breath. I know that one is still on the court roll and all. I'm not holding my breath to say something will happen in terms of Pule Mabe to be arrested or anything like that. Oh, the most recent one, the televangelist from Nigeria, Timothy Omotoso, after how many years that the case has been in the courts, only to end up by Omotoso being acquitted because the NPA they were doing such a poor job of prosecuting this case. I mean, think about it. Omotoso now is even gone out of the country. He's went back to Nigeria, and now they want to appeal this thing. How do you appeal a situation where somebody's already out of the country? There's no way he's gonna come back. If you go through the extradition process, you know it's gonna take years and years before this guy is brought back here into the country. The other one, the Ace Magashule Abestos case. That case has been going on and on, postponement after postponement and things like that. And I think one of the key witnesses, the Ace Magashule assistant, she was acquitted about a couple of weeks or so ago. And they say they want to go and appeal that one as well. So and it looks like Ace Magashule is gonna walk free if you look at how things are panning out. If you take anything from the NPA, what they have done in previous times and things like that, there is no way that Ace Magashule is gonna be taken to jail. If the likes of Ace Magashule and other guys, the few cases that I've mentioned, high-profile cases that they haven't been able to be successfully prosecuted, you can imagine even if a case like what do you call Pala was to go to court, what are the chances that the NPA is gonna prosecute it successfully? You know, especially because it involves the president and all of that. You can think of anybody, Gweremantashe, Bosasa. What are the chances of the NPA successfully prosecuting that? Nomvula Mbukonyane, Bosasa. It doesn't matter. I do not see the NPA winning these things, you know, from what they've shown us in the past, as it were. So if you ask me about the legacy of Shamila Batohi, I'll say disappointing. I know she's going pension next year, 2026. A new head of the NPA needs to be appointed by then, but her legacy will be disappointing. Perhaps we should eat a humble pie and say, you know what, we had a high expectation. Perhaps this is one of the worst appointments that we've ever made. I think it's sitting up there with the likes of the Andre De Ruyter and other guys that were appointed, and they were they performed so poorly, as it were. But nonetheless, let me know what you think about Shamila Batohi. Let me know what you think about the NPA. Let me know what you think about the legacy of Shamila Batohi. What is it going to be according to you? And as things stands, are you guys happy with the delivery of Shamila Batohi, as it were? No, I don't. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with her performance. There's nothing to write home about.